Hey guys, what's up? This is Kicks and Giggles, and we will continue from Niggas to Gods, Part 4 by Akil. We will be starting on Chapter 4 where we left off. This is Part 2 of the audiobook reading from Niggas to Gods, Part 1 by Akil. Now, we're going to do this reading without the music that I had last time because I got hit with a copyright strike, so I want to see if the copyright strike was from the music or from me reading the book. So we're going to do it without, the music, like I said. Chapter 4, From Niggas to Gods, Part 1 by Akil, read by Kicks and Giggles. Part 2. I have a dream. I have a dream. These words were made famous when our great brother, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., so eloquently expressed his vision of what America with 3 Ks should be and could be. This courageous black man captured the attention of an entire nation as he stood up before thousands in Washington, D.C., delivering his most famous speech, I Have a Dream. Dr. King was a very sincere and determined leader who made great accomplishments towards the liberation of our people. But there was a problem. There was indeed a problem. There was a problem with Dr. King's dream. The problem was that Dr. King was dreaming during the time of blatant reality. Dr. King's dream was to obtain the American dream for black people, but he didn't realize that we obviously already had the American dream. All that black people ever had was the American dream. We were asleep having the American dream, while white folks are wide awake having the American reality. We are sleepwalking black zombies walking around in a daze within an American dream. We are mentally, spiritually, economically, productively, socially, biologically, and absolutely dead asleep. The American dream is your sleeping pill, and your oppressors had tried to tuck you in permanently by telling you constant bedtime lies. Now, at this critical hour, we have to wake up and look back at our mistakes from the past and learn. We have to come to serious, objective, and honest reality that Dr. King's methodology can no longer be used in our struggle towards liberation. White people would love for us to hold on to Dr. King's philosophy so that they can keep kicking our black asses. Why do you think that white society tries to constantly shove Dr. King down our throats? They honor and celebrate Dr. King because they want us to be nonviolent dreamers. We have got to look at this situation for what it is and nothing else. We love Dr. King and all his great accomplishments, but now, over 20 years later, we can no longer uphold his early philosophies and methodology. Black people cannot continue to uphold Dr. King's philosophies any longer because these are totally different times that call for totally different philosophies. This is not the I Have a Dream generation. This generation is not really having the American dream. We are having the America with 3 Ks nightmare. Yes, that's right. The America with 3 Ks nightmare. You know that what I'm saying is the absolute truth because you were not dreaming when you saw your youngest black brother die instantaneously after an overdose of crack cocaine. You were not dreaming when you felt the cold black barrel of a loaded pistol placed to the temple of your black head as you gave up all your money, your jacket, and your shoes. You were not dreaming when you were running and ducking for cover from a flurry of bullets fired into a crowd of black people just for the hell of it. You were not dreaming when your black father walked out the house 20 years ago and never came back, leaving your black mother all alone with 6 black mouths to feed. You were not dreaming when you heard about the little 4-year-old black girl who was killed while playing outside on the sidewalk because she was caught between the crossfire of a drug war. You were not dreaming when you came home and found your 13-year-old black sister collapsed on the bathroom floor after she tried to commit suicide because her track coach at school raped her and got her pregnant. You were not dreaming when you frantically and recklessly drove to the hospital trying to save your black best friend who lay in the back seat bleeding from a gunshot wound to the neck after an argument at a party, but he was pronounced dead on arrival. You were not dreaming when your black self was 10 years old watching your oldest brother naked body convulse in the middle of the street until he died from a heart attack while using PCP. You were not dreaming when your black mother looked you straight in your black eyes and told you that she wished that she had aborted your black ass before you were born, because it is too much hell trying to feed and clothe you, all by her black self. These situations of real black life have nothing to do with the American dream. This has been and continues to be an America with 3K's nightmare for the millions of sleeping black people, lost in the wilderness of a strange land amongst a strange people. This is us. Toward the end of his life, Dr. King began to wake up into the cold and harsh realities of this world. Upon his awakening, he became a threat to the powers that be because of his great influence over his people. The powers that be feared that he might stop preaching, "We shall overcome," and start preaching revolution. These fears caused them to murder Dr. King in his prime. Now, if we begin to wake up also, I wonder what actions would be taken against us. Our American dream of the past has turned into our American with 3K's nightmare of the present. As long as we were just sleeping, having a dream, we wanted to remain asleep to avoid the reality of open eyes. But now that our dream has turned into a nightmare, we no longer want to remain asleep. We would now do anything to wake up and escape this constant nightmare. No sane or even insane person wants to remain asleep during a nightmare, because the only way to escape the horrors of a nightmare is to awaken and open your eyes. So wake up, black man and black woman. Wake up and put an end to this constant nightmare. Open your eyes, open your ears, and open your mind into the full consciousness of true reality. This is the only way to end this nightmare. We would not have been having this nightmare if we wouldn't have been trying to dream so damn much in the first place. Also, we wouldn't have been trying to dream if we had not allowed ourselves to be put to sleep. We were a nation full of sleepwalking black zombies, but this is now the time of awakening. It is very difficult to sleep peacefully in this strange house amongst these strange people. So awaken and arise, and you mighty black nation arise. Arise and awaken into the light of the sun, and escape the slumber of the devil and his nightmare. It is all up to you. Now is the time. Bible, Genesis chapter 15, verse 12 through 15. And when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abraham, and lo, in horror of great darkness fell upon him. 13. And he said unto Abraham, Know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. 14. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward shall they become out with great substance. 15. And thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace. Thou shalt be buried in a good old age. Peace. All right, right, guys, we're going to take a slight intermission. We're going to start chapter 5 right after this intermission I'm going to take. I hope you guys are enjoying the audiobook. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe if this is your first time viewing or hearing my voice. Comment down below if you are enjoying this audiobook. If you're not enjoying it, if you want me to read another book, any suggestions are welcomed. All right, guys, we're going to start chapter 5. This is chapter 5 of From Niggas to Gods, part 1 by Akil, read by Kicks and Giggles. This is part 2 of our reading. We're about to start chapter 5. If the black woman is a bitch, that makes you a son of a bitch. If the black woman is nothing but a bitch, that directly makes you a son of a bitch. Have you ever thought about that, my brothers? The black woman is not someone who you can just carelessly disrespect, dishonor, or dishearten. This is not to be dissed in any way. Have you lost your natural black mind? Obviously, the answer is yes. Absolutely. We have lost our natural black minds, along with our natural black eyes, black ears, black spirit, and common black sense. We are at a critical time in our history, but you fail to realize that fact because you have lost your sense of true perception. Something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with your thinking and your vision. So since you are restrained by those handicaps, you don't think straight and you don't see straight. So therefore, you don't act straight, and your ignorance shows. You manifest in the form of a complete fool. Let's look at this thing. Since when did black women become these bitches and hoes that you are trying to make them out to be? Where did you get that childish, weak-minded, ignorant, savage, beast-like frame of mind from? Male chauvinism is not our historical problem. So give that illness back to the fools that you caught it from. We come from a history of black gods and black goddesses, not black gods and black bitches. Where in the hell did you get this crazy mindset from? Who in this hell taught you to think on that level? You have historically had nothing but love, honor, and respect for black women, for God's black woman. So why have you lost your minds now? Your sisters are not your bitches, and you are not niggas. This nigga, bitch, whole mentality is something new that you learned from your wicked oppressors. God made man and woman. God did not make nigga and bitch. So who made the nigga? Who made the bitch? You can answer that question, nigga, because you were there when the real bitch was made. To understand this, we must first examine the hell of physical slavery and its psychological effect on us. The plantation is a hellified place where hellified crimes are committed by hellified people, which has left us in a hellified condition. But only we can get us the hell out of it. And you have to come out of this hellified nigga, bitch, hoe mentality that was given to you by hell in the person of this wicked oppressor. That mentality is not yours. We have been divided and conquered, divided from the black woman and conquered by the divided from the black woman and conquered by the white man. Look at the conditions of physical slavery. You would slave all day from sunup to sundown. After that, you may get the chance to go to your slave shack to eat some grits or some pork leftovers. You may even be fortunate enough to eat food with your wife or your family. This is the only peaceful time of your day. But wait, all of a sudden the slave master busts into the slave shack. Here comes Billy Bob, Little Joey, and Jim Jack breaking down the door. If there was a door, they knock the pork and grits off the table, push you aside, and grab your wife. All three of these lust-filled, dirty, sweaty beasts throw your wife onto the floor and began savagely raping her right in front of your face. These savage bastards are violently raping your wife, and you don't do a damn thing about it because you know that you will be killed. They would do this to your wife every night right in your face. These beasts would rape your mother, your sister, or your sister of their womanhood and rape you of your manhood by making you watch this devilish act while you sit there hopelessly. They treated your black woman like pieces of meat. They treated your black woman like live-in prostitutes. They treated your black woman like no good, worthless hoes, and right along with all of that, they made you black men into little worthless, helpless bitches yourselves. They may have treated the black woman like a worthless bitch, but they have made you into a worthless, little, helpless, punkified bitch. Yes, this is the truth. I know that the truth hurts, but be a man and take it. I am talking about me too. This is us. We have to be men enough to correct ourselves. So who is the bitch now? It looks like you are the bitch now. That is right, you are the bitch. And how does it feel to be a bitch? You sat there night after night watching these animals savagely rape your wife and molest your sister and daughters while you did nothing to help them. You are the bitch. You are the real bitch. You have been bitched by the white slave masters. Yes, this is us, brothers. You got bitched so much that you just went crazy and started trying to bitch the black woman yourself. You started treating the black woman the same way that your evil slave masters treated your wives, daughters, and sisters during slavery. You went crazy, brother. You allowed us to be divided and conquered. You allowed us to be divided, conquered, and bitched too. You now disrespect black women in the same way that your slave masters taught you to disrespect them. You were taught by their example. You were bitched so much that you learned the art of bitching. Now here you are still trying to bitch black women the way that your bitch ass was bitch. You treat your women like prostitutes and hookers. You treat them like sexual objects to fulfill your devilish, evil, lustful, nasty, and disgraceful, wicked, savage, and disgusting, perverted Lord desires. Where in this hell did you learn that from? Who taught you that evil? What is the origin of that mentality that you now have? You learned this thought pattern from the evil slave masters that bitched you. You now try to call the black woman a bitch, but you were the little bitch when she needed your weak, punkified bitch ass. How dare you open your mouth to disrespect the black woman after all that we have been through? Where would we be without this black woman? She has been the backbone to get us through this hellified, devil-damned situation. She could not depend on your bitch ass when she was impregnated by you. Your bitch ass could not handle it, so you left her alone when she needed help paying bills. Your bitch ass was not there for her when she needed help raising your kids. Your bitch ass was not there for her when she needed your protection living in the ghetto. Your bitch ass was not there for her. Where have you been, black man? Where are you, black man? You don't know. You probably don't know where your own bitch ass daddy is, do you? Where is the black man? Where have you been? Black man, you probably been standing on the corner holding your crotch in one hand and a malt liquor bottle in the other hand, talking about how many bitches you got. You ain't got no bitches. You the bitch. You ain't no pimp. You just a punk. This is us, black man. Now, after reading this truth, you should not ever allow yourself to even think of disrespecting your black queens ever again. You should never treat her like a bitch again. It does not feel good to be treated like a bitch. You do not want to be treated like a worthless bitch, so why would you want to treat your sisters like one? You know that old saying, what goes around comes around? Well, what if that started happening to you? What if the world was taken over by male homosexuals? Imagine that terrible thought. What if these homosexuals started making bitches out of you? What if these homosexuals put you in tight clothes and made you dance around in their music videos? What if they disrespectfully flirted with you out in public everywhere that you went? What if everywhere that you went, homosexuals started coming onto you as if you were some sort of cheap sexual fantasy? You wouldn't like that, would you? You would be ready to fight. It doesn't feel good being made into somebody's bitch. Now, does it? Well, stop trying to bitch black women before somebody turns around and bitches you. Remember that. What goes around comes around. Brothers, the black woman is not your bitch, and she is not the white man's bitch. The black woman is nobody's bitch. But wait a minute. Even though the black woman is not a bitch, hoe, or a prostitute, there is still some of my brainwashed, ignorant, and misled sisters who carry out the thoughts and actions of the true bitches. Yes, that is right. And I cannot leave you out of the picture. We have got to tell some truth where it needs to be told. Listen up, sisters. How are you going to demand that somebody gives you respect when you don't even respect your own damn self? You walking around half naked all the time, and if by chance you decide to put on some clothes, you got to put on some slut-like skin-tight clothes that expose every nook and cranny and curve of your body. You go out to these parties dancing and freaking like a cheap hoe. After the party, you have sex with anything or anyone driving a Mercedes-Benz or BMW. How in this hell can you demand any respect? How in this hell can you get mad at a brother for calling you what you obviously are acting like? If you don't want to be called a bitch, hoe, or slut, then stop acting like a bitch, hoe, and slut. Now, at the same time, this does not give any brothers any excuse to call you a bitch, hoe, or slut, but they should just try to help you out of your sad condition instead of taking advantage of your pitiful, disgraceful, moralist, mentally deceased, ignorant of self, respecting yourself, black woman. And others will respect you. Respect yourself, black woman, and others will respect you, no matter how ignorant they may be themselves. But do not expect respect when you do not respect yourself. Brothers, the next time you see a black woman in tight prostitute clothing, you should walk over to her and offer her some money so that she will know what she looks like. Maybe she will stop dressing like a prostitute if she starts getting paid for being one. The black woman is not to be disrespected by anyone, not even herself. The black woman is a very important link to the salvation for all of us, so honor her. Without her, there will be no you. You are not a son of a bitch. You are a son of a goddess and a queen. You are much more than what you think you are. And she is much more than what you think she is. Study up on the black woman. Once you truly understand who the black woman is, you will be surprised and ashamed of yourself at the same time. Do away with your foolishness, respect yourself, and respect your origin. Because if the black woman is a bitch, that makes you a son of a bitch. Peace. Okay, guys, that has been chapter 5 of From Niggas to Gods, part 1 by Akil. We're going to take another intermission before we get into chapter 6. If you have been enjoying this audiobook reading, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. This is your first time listening in and hearing my voice. We would appreciate it. If you have any suggestions, if you are enjoying, don't enjoy, leave a comment down below. Thank you. All right, guys, we're about to get into chapter 6 from Niggas to Gods, part 1 by Akil. This has been a reading by presentation provided by Kicks and Giggles. This is part 2 of the audiobook reading. About to get into it. Oh, before we do that, it would be greatly appreciated if somebody can timestamp, We begin chapter 6. Light, bright, and damn near white. Your mama's so damn black that she always get marked absent at night school. Oh yeah? Well, your mama so bald-headed that she gotta roll up her hair with rice. All of y'all mamas just big, black and bald-headed. They just plain ugly. You got a big old black and greasy cornbread and neck bone looking mama. Your mama about as black as the bottom of Southern country skillet. Your mama just as black as the bottom of a Southern country skillet. She got all of them tight naps around on her head. Your mama hair so nappy that she got a constant headache. She needs to do something about all them naps. She probably can't afford to get her hair fixed. She needs to go shoplifting and steal her one of them do-it-yourself kitchen perms from the grocery store. Man, your mama just in bad shape. Where did your father find her ghetto-looking ass anyway? Man, I'm not going to mess up like your father did. I'm going to find me a good-looking woman. She going to be a real light skin with light color eyes. She can't be all black and burnt looking like your mama. My wife is going to be mixed. My wife is going to have long straight hair all the way down to her butt. Since she is going to be mixed, her hair is going to be naturally straight. She ain't going to have no problems with no naps like your mama does. My wife have that good hair. All my kids going to have that good hair too, naturally curly. Also, my wife ain't going to be all hefty like your mama. She going to be skinny like them white girls on TV and in them magazines. Hey, and if I go to college, I can probably pull me one of them white girls for a wife. I heard that them college white girls love the brothers, especially if you play basketball or football. Okay, so did the language of the preceding several paragraphs sound familiar to you? Did that sound like the opinions of somebody you know? Did that sound like the opinions of yourself? Have you ever made statements similar to those? I used to think like that back in the days of extreme ignorance. I was obviously a brain-dead, devil-damn fool with no knowledge of true self. Our people were directly and indirectly taught to hate their natural black selves. Black is black. Wear white to weddings and black to funerals. Devil's food cake is black and angel food cake is white. If I know something bad about you, I could blackmail you. I can tell a little white lie, but you better not tell a big, bold black lie. Our people were conditioned to hate everything about themselves that was natural and black. We hate our black beauty because we were taught to define our own black beauty according to those white Anglo Caucasian, European, westernized beauty standards. So this means that anything less than blue eyes and blonde hair is considered less than beautiful. The further you get away from blonde hair and blue eyes, the uglier you get. This is what we were taught. This means that if you got black eyes, black hair, and black skin, you are the ugliest thing on the planet. Well, if that is true, why are those crazy white folks laying out in the middle of the sun trying to get their skin darker when they ain't gonna get nothing but skin cancer? How in the hell do they plan to conquer the universe and run from the sun at the same time? Silly fools. Your blackness is hated around the world, but most of all, it is hated by you. You want blue contact lenses that you can look more like the blue-eyed people that hung your black ass from a tree. You want light skin so you can look more like the people who murdered hundreds of millions of your black foreparents and dumped them into the Atlantic Ocean between Africa and America with 3Ks. You want straight long hair like a white woman even though she was the one left horny and lonely while her own savage white husband was in the slave quarters raping one of his black nappy-headed slaves. Why do you want to look like these psychotic, murderous, cold-blooded rapist motherfuckers? Yes, I said rapist motherfuckers. And that was no slip of the tongue. I am just telling you the truth, rapist motherfucker. A motherfucker is an individual who is the fucker of mothers. The white man is a historical fucker of mothers around the world. A historical rapist. He was the fucker of your foremothers and the fucker of my foremothers. That is why we come in so many different shades of black now. The blood of this rapist motherfucker is in all of us. Don't you ever forget that. And don't you ever forget how it got there. If somebody raped you tonight, they had on a green sweater. Will you go out tomorrow and purchase a whole wardrobe of green sweaters to look just like the person that raped you? Hell no. You wouldn't do such a crazy thing. So why do you bend over backwards to look like the people who have historically murdered and raped your foremothers and continuously rape your motherland of all its mineral riches? You are just as crazy as they are. And where did you think the word motherfucker originated from anyway? Here you are, the original people of the universe, trying to look like the original motherfucker. And don't think that I am being vulgar, because your white slave masters has earned that title, the original motherfucker. Yes, I'm talking to all you sisters out there. I don't blame you for your ignorance of the past. But now that you know the truth, let the truth make you free. Let the truth make you free from that so-called beauty shop appointment on Saturday. Now that you know the truth, why would you keep on burning your scalp? Why would you keep on frying your hair? Why will you keep on bleaching your hair or dyeing it into a lighter color? Why would you continue to put harmful chemicals on your scalp while knowing all the time that your scalp has pores? Have you ever thought for a second that these chemicals can get into your pores and therefore into your system? If they do, then what vital body organ might the chemicals get into first? Is it your brain? Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about the doctors? Have you ever thought about the reason that doctors tell you not to put chemicals in your hair during pregnancy? Maybe it is because the chemicals can get into your system and harm the unborn child. If these chemicals can affect the health of your child, do you think that these same chemicals can affect your own health? Think about it. After hearing this truth, don't continue being the same slave mentally having nigga that you were yesterday. Slave mentality nigga that you were yesterday. Open your beautiful black eyes and be the beautiful black gods and beautiful black goddesses that you were born to be. Don't run around here trying to look like your historical enemies. All of these beautiful black women running around looking crazy with these temporary permanents in their heads. Your straight hair is temporary, but you are permanently broke because you are trying to get your hair fixed every 2 weeks as it was broken in the first place. Don't try to fix what ain't broken. Who told you that your hair was broken anyway? Stop looking like fools while white folks just laugh at you because you trying to look like them. You are making a fool of yourself. If I saw the majority of white women out here trying to make their hair nappy, you would think that they were crazy. What if white women all of a sudden started spending close to $1,000 a year individually on chemicals to make their hair nappy. Add up how much you spend a year to get your so-called broken hair fixed. What if white women started spending all their money trying to get braids, dreadlocks, twists, or just basic naps because they want us to look more like you? Wouldn't you look at them as if they were crazy? Don't you think that they look at you crazy? They would look like fools doing that foolish thing. And you do look like fools doing that foolish thing. So my dear sisters, please be your black self and keep your natural black beauty, because God didn't make a mistake. God didn't make a mistake when making your strong, bold, and beautiful naps as oppressed to weak, limp, and lifeless strands of hair. Your Creator made your beauty naturally unique. Your Creator wanted your black, natural beauty to stand out amongst the people of the world. God is trying to tell you something about your uniqueness. Have you ever noticed that all of the people of the world have limp straight hair, white, yellow, red, brown, and some jet black people have straight limp hair? But why did God make the hair on your tribe of people unique? Nobody has your unique texture of beautiful hair. But what is God trying to say? Why does the Bible describe Jesus as having hair like a lamb's wool in the book of Revelations? Black skin and hair like dried raisins. Why does God want to make that uniqueness of hair more and clear to us? The God didn't make any mistakes by making our beauty supernatural. When we dance, it just comes natural to us, but it is supernatural to white folks. When we sing, it is just natural to us, but to white folks, it is supernatural. When we slam dunk a basketball, it comes natural to us, but it is supernatural to white folks. When we talk slang, it comes natural to us, but it is supernatural to white folks. How we devise new words for communication on a daily basis, how we had survived in this society under centuries of oppression is a natural thing for us, but white folks think it is supernatural. How we have survived all these centuries of this black Holocaust. Yes, we die, but we also multiply. If they just break a fingernail, they fall out on the floor, having a nervous breakdown, emotional weakness. Our thick lips are natural to us, but supernatural to white folks. Our strong, kinky hair is natural to us, but supernatural to them. Not even their strongest chemicals can keep our hair permanently straight. Our buttocks are natural to us, but to them, they are supernatural. Yes, we can wear a pair of pants without a belt, but our strong noses and wide nostrils are more natural to us, but they are supernatural to white folks. Yes, we can breathe freely, and we don't have annoying nasal voices. Our historical greatness is a natural to us, but to them it is supernatural. The Sphinx and pyramids were just natural to us, but to white folks it is supernatural. Our blackness is natural to us, but to white folks it is a supernatural phenomenon. Black people, be your supernatural, beautiful black selves. God didn't make any mistakes, so don't you. God didn't make any mistakes, so don't you. God didn't make any mistakes, so don't you. Peace. Black. That has been chapter 6. We're going to get into chapter 7. I want to take a slight intermission before we get into chapter 7. Guys, please like, share, and subscribe. If this is your first time hearing my voice, please subscribe. Comment down below any suggestions that you have. If you're enjoying the audiobook reading, if you're not enjoying it, comment down below. If you have any suggestions, it's greatly appreciated. All right, guys, we're about to get back into reading from Niggas to God. This is part 1 by Akil. About to get into chapter 7. This audiobook presentation is provided to you by Kicks and Giggles. This is part 2 of the audiobook reading. We're about to get into chapter 7 from Niggas to God, part 1 by Akil. Again, it is presented by Kicks and Giggles. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe if this is your first time tuning in and hearing our voice. We'll speak of the devil. Bible, there's a Bible quote right here. Bible, Revelations chapter 6, verse 8. And I look, and behold a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him, and the power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with beasts of the earth. Speak of the devil. The devil, don't play with the devil. Don't play with that. Don't play with that term, the devil. The devil ain't no joke. The real devil ain't no joke. Don't laugh at that. Don't laugh at the devil. His hell ain't no joke. The hell you catching ain't no joke. This is the real hell. This is the real hell. Whether you know it or not, you are a victim whether you like it or not. We'll speak of the real devil, not the red devil. The only red devil is a sunburned devil. The real devil is that which you can see. The real hell is manifested right before you, but behind you and all around you. Take a really good look at this world that you are in. Don't pretend to not know what I am talking about. Don't pretend to not know who I am talking about. I know that you know, and you know that you know, right? Well, for those of you who want to ignore the facts of your own logical intelligence and act like you don't know, ask the question. Ask the question, who is the devil? Ask the question, where is hell? Ask these obvious questions as if you don't already know. Just ask. But don't ask me. No, don't ask me. You don't want to ask me. For the answer to your question, ask the past victims of this psychological mental illness plague beast that has been allowed free reign over this present day transitory evil world. Ask your own ancestors, who is the devil? Go back to Africa and ask the black man who was hunted and trapped like a wild animal, who is the devil? Go to that black man's cage and ask him that question. Through the bars of the cage, see what answer he gives you. Ask the other hunted black man who didn't live to see a cage. You know he is the one posing in the picture against his will. As two pale hunters proudly propped up his lifeless, limp, dead black body up into the air with two sticks. These pale hunters wanted to take a picture of the black man that they hunted, shot, and killed. Ask that murdered black man who is the devil. Ask that black man that survived long enough to make it to the slave ship. This black man was chained to the bottom of the slave ship and crammed into a small spot. To his left were black slaves, to his right were black slaves, and chained on top of him were 3 more black slaves, stacked 100 degrees Fahrenheit plus on of sweat and heat, everybody's urine and defecation falling on top of him, while mice and rats crawled on him at their own liberty. No sunlight, no baths for 3 months, traveling across the Atlantic Ocean Ask that black man who is the devil. Ask the black man is who is on the top deck of the ship. He was the one used as an example to the rest of the slaves to always obey their pale masters. He was brought before the rest of the slaves, stripped naked and beaten with leather straps. His black body was then violently dismembered piece by piece in front of his family and friends. Each part of his black body was chopped off until he lay dead in a pool of blood in pieces. Ask that black man who is the devil. See what he has to say about the issue. Go back to the plantation and ask the beautiful little 12-year-old black girl that was just gang raped by a group of lusting, redneck, sweaty, pale-faced slave masters in the field. Ask her as she lays there bleeding, crying, and abandoned in the middle of the cotton field. Ask her who the motherfucking devil is. Ask her who the real devil is. She ain't forgot, you forgot. She will never forget. But your Uncle Tom ass kissing self forgot. You still don't know, do you? Do you? Well, ask the little black boy standing in the southern town square. Ask him. He just watched his black father being beaten and hanged in front of the entire town's pale population. The entire pale-faced town of crackers came out to watch this event after church. Hypocritical bastards. They set his father's hanged black body on fire. The little boy just sits there frozen, watching as the stink from his father's burning body fills his nostrils. Ask this little black boy who the devil is. Ask him. This little boy has your answer. Ask him. Try to tell this little boy your lies about the red devil underground and see if he believes your stupid, brainwashed black ass. Go ahead and ask him. Try to tell him what your house nigga preacher told you. Ask the precious pregnant black woman that was taken and tied to a tree naked. Ask her, who was it that viciously beat her stomach like a blue-eyed beast until her unborn black child fell out of her womb until the ground aborted. And this was done for sport, fun, and play. Ask her who the real devil is. Ask her who the real devil is. Ask the Native American people about the real devil. Ask the indigenous people of this land who is the real devil. First, you have to find one of them to ask because they are nearly extinct. Their population has been murdered to near extinction. Go back in time and ask them about the real Thanksgiving. Ask the whole tribes of Native American people that were purposely given smallpox through germ warfare. Who is the real devil? Ask the young Native woman who were beaten, raped, murdered, and Ask the young Native women who were beaten, raped, murdered, and mutilated. Her rapists and murderers usually cut away her breast and used them as tobacco pouches. This happened to be women in Africa as well. Ask these women who is the real devil. Ask them who is the devil. Ask the 200 million or more dead black men, black women, and black children whose blood and bones cover the floor of the Atlantic Ocean. They were thrown overboard during the Middle Passage between Africa and America with 3 Ks, so much so that the sharks had learned to follow the slave ships to feed off of the murdered black bodies. Ask them who is the real devil. See what answer it is that they give you. See if they start talking that same plantation fairy tale type of bullshit that you was taught. Ask all 200 million of them. Ask each and every innocent black man, woman, and child that lay at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. 200 million. That is more than 5 times the black population that is left here in this hell called America with 3Ks. Look at how many of our dear brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, uncles, aunts, and nieces, nephews, cousins, grandmothers, and grandfathers that were murdered in cold blood. Ask them who is the devil. Ask them who is the real devil. Now ask yourself the question, who is it that kills whole populations of civilian people at the drop of a bomb? Who is it that commits all of these personal mass murders because they just lost their job at the post office? Who is it that created the death, plague, and disease of AIDS? Who is it that is caught up in this satanic worship shit? Who is it that listens to all of this satanic worship and music? Who are the caught and convicted cannibals? Who is it that snaps, goes crazy, and kills the whole family with an axe at the age of 14 on a farm in Iowa? Who is it that perpetuates this child molestation and child pornography racket? Who is it that allows entire populations of people to starve to death while they are fattened with an excess of food? Who is it that murders helpless animals for sport until that animal species is extinct? Who is it that is destroying the Earth's natural resources? Who is it that is destroying the Earth's natural atmosphere? Who is it that is destroying the Earth's natural people? Who is it that is destroying the Earth? Who is the real living and breathing devil to all of us? Well, if you don't know by now, you will never know. Damn sellout. Bible. Revelations chapter 6, verse 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with beasts of the earth. That has been chapter 7, and we're going to conclude, and I'm going to come back with a part 3 for chapter 8. This has been From Niggas to God, part 1 by Akil. This presentation has been provided to you by Kicks and Giggles. This has been our part 2 of our audiobook presentation. Come back and we will produce part 3 for you. As we always say, please like, share, comment, and subscribe if this is your first time viewing our video or hearing my voice. Take care.